Ever found yourself staring at the night sky, a burning question gnawing at your mind? How exactly do you call a rocket? I mean, really? You don't just pick up your smartphone and ask Siri to connect me to that SpaceX Falcon Heavy, please. Do you? It sounds absurd, right? A cosmic dial tone? A celestial operator? But think about it. We live in an age where communication spans continents in milliseconds, where satellites beam information across the vast expanse of space. So, is contacting a rocket really so far-fetched? Or is there a hidden system, a secret code, a rocket number? Let's be honest, the idea tickles the imagination. It's the kind of question that sends you down a rabbit hole of internet searches, leading to forums filled with conspiracy theories and blurry images of alleged rocket communication devices. You might stumble upon articles about deep space networks, tracking stations, and telemetry, but none of them quite answer the core question: how do you dial a rocket? To understand this, we need to ditch the idea of a traditional phone call. Rockets don't have landlines, and they certainly don't have SIM cards. Instead, they rely on a complex network of radio frequencies, data streams, and communication protocols. Think of it less like dialing a number and more like sending a highly specific, encrypted message across a vast electromagnetic spectrum. The first thing to grasp is that dialing a rocket isn't about voice communication. It's about data. It's about sending commands, receiving telemetry, and monitoring the rocket's performance in real time. These communications happen through specialized ground stations equipped with powerful antennas and sophisticated signal processing equipment. These ground stations, often part of networks like NASA's Deep Space Network or the European Space Agency's ASTRAC, act as intermediaries, translating our commands into signals that the rocket can understand. They track the rocket's trajectory, calculate its position, and adjust their antennas to maintain a constant communication link. Now, let's talk about the number. In the context of rocket communication, this translates to a combination of frequency, modulation, and data encoding. Each rocket has its own unique set of parameters, a kind of digital address that allows ground stations to target their signals. The frequency is the carrier wave, the backbone of the signal. It determines the range and penetration of the communication. Different frequencies are used for different purposes, from low-frequency signals for long-range communication to high-frequency signals for high-bandwidth data transfer. Modulation is the process of encoding information onto the carrier wave. It's like adding a message to a blank piece of paper. Different modulation techniques, such as frequency modulation, FM, or phase modulation, PM, are used to transmit different types of data. Data encoding is the final layer of complexity. It's the language of the rocket, the specific format in which commands and telemetry are transmitted. This encoding ensures that the rocket can understand the signals sent by the ground station and vice versa. So, instead of dialing a 7-digit number, ground stations transmit meticulously crafted data packets containing these parameters. It's a bit like sending a highly specific email to a server with a unique IP address and port number. But what about emergencies? What if you need to send an urgent message to a rocket? Well, there's no cosmic 911. However, ground stations monitor the rocket's telemetry for anomalies and have protocols in place to send emergency commands if necessary. These commands might include aborting a mission, changing the rocket's trajectory, or deploying a parachute. The process is highly automated and relies on sophisticated algorithms to detect and respond to potential problems. Now, you might be thinking, that's all well and good for ground stations, but what about individuals? Can I, as a regular person, contact a rocket? The short answer is no. You don't have the necessary equipment, expertise, or authorization to transmit signals to a rocket. Rocket communication is a highly regulated activity, governed by international treaties and national laws. However, there are ways to participate in the excitement of space exploration. You can listen to satellite transmissions using amateur radio equipment, track the International Space Station online, or even contribute to citizen science projects that analyze data from space missions. You can also learn about the complex communication systems that make space exploration possible. You can explore the history of radio technology, study the principles of signal processing, and delve into the fascinating world of space communications. The key takeaway is that dialing a rocket is a metaphor. It's a way of understanding the complex communication systems that enable us to explore the cosmos. It's a reminder that communication is not just about voice calls and text messages, it's about data, signals, and the intricate dance of information across vast distances. It's also about understanding that what we think of as calling is really just sending a specific set of instructions to a machine. While we cannot pick up a phone and call a rocket, we can send it commands and listen to its responses. We can track its progress, monitor its performance, and marvel at the ingenuity of human engineering. The next time you gaze at the stars, remember that those distant objects are not silent. They are constantly communicating, sending, and receiving signals across the vast expanse of space. And while you may not be able to dial a rocket number in the traditional sense, you can appreciate the intricate network of communication that makes it all possible. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.